Has just begun and has already been a strange one. Let me tell you what has happened so far. So, earlier this morning, I got approached by a woman and she came at me super foul, a lot of attitude, super rude sounding, very aggressive, right? Coming at me, I unprovoked, okay? And then I was like, I was pretty zapped at that point. It was, early in the morning. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody got time for this. But I always practice what I preach, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna let anything outside of me disturb my inner peace. And so I heard her out and I explained that, you know what, I respect your opinions, your decisions, whatever, but this is where I'm coming from. Thank you for letting me know how you feel. Your thoughts are valid. It has been heard, it has been recognized, and now, if you can show me the respect to just hear me out, and we came to just whatever. But afterwards, after the interaction, I was just like, dang man, like I feel accosted. I feel emotionally accosted a little bit, right? But I'm like, no, like the human ego side of me is like, you're gonna let someone talk to you that way? Like, you didn't even do anything to them, you're just whatever, right? And it's just like, and then the other side, right? The true me was like, you know what? It's not a big deal. Let it go, right? Everything happens for a reason. Now you know like exactly where they stand about something or whatever, right? And it was really bothering me. It was kind of like, I felt triggered, basically. I felt very triggered, right? Because it was just like, bro, I'm just minding my own beeswax here. Don't come on me hella foul. And the old me would have gotten riled up or like whatever, or upset or whatever, and I was definitely like starting to feel like basically something was unjust, right? Like it was unjustified behavior, right, from the other party. But then after, I was like, you know what, it's not a big deal. Like, sometimes we have to take a step back and stop and be like, what's going on in their life, in their day, okay? They may not show you that same respect in that manner to where they will take the time to be like, hey, you know what, maybe there's a misunderstanding here, whatever. But someone has to, just to maintain inner peace, I did that. And I was like, you know what, I forgive, I let it go with the flow. I'm gonna stay in the moment. I'm gonna transmute that energy. I'm gonna, just leave it up to the universe to handle, because that's not my issue. Obviously, someone was just projecting onto me, right? And it has nothing to do with me. So I let it go. And the most fabulous thing happened afterwards. So today I met one of the most negative, low vibe, whatever people, right? And then right after that, after I made that decision, right, it was my choice. After I made that decision to transmute the energy, to let it go with the flow and stay present, I met one of the most amazing people. And that story, this may be a long story time, so hang in there. We gotten this far. I promise you, it's worth the wait. So after that, I was like trying to shake it off, and I'm just like, it totally like rattled me energetically, because it just came out of left field, right? Like that interaction, I was not expecting it. I was like, what? Like, okay, whatever. So after that, I let it go, and I met one of the most amazing people. I went to go, travel to go eat, made a little road trip to go eat, and met one of the most passionate, amazing, caring, talented chefs, which I will be posting a little review for them, because they didn't know who I was. They didn't know anything, but he invited me, told me all about his background, his mission statement for his restaurant, how everything he makes is with love and no preservatives. He goes the extra mile above and beyond. It was amazing. I'll make a whole separate video on that interaction, but basically the whole point of this little story time is that you never know what's going to be thrown at you, right? Something that may appear low vibrational, don't let it affect the rest of your day, because right now is, I just clapped here in my face. Right now is the only time that counts, right now, this moment, okay? And you always have the power to change and transmute that energy into something you prefer, right? I met one of the most you know, kind of like whatever. Like I don't want to speak ill of that person, but they had a moment. They took that moment out on me. After I kind of like looked through them and I saw like, okay, this is not about me, and I didn't make it personal to me. Like they kind of softened up and came to understanding, and where they were more open to have a conversation, right? And that I'm grateful for. But after that, I was just like, hey, wait a minute, that wasn't fair to me, right? So there's where my ego flared up, and my protective mechanisms were like, hey, that's not okay, right? It's not okay to be someone's like whatever, to let them like lash out at you like that. But yeah, but after that I let it go, and the universe blessed me with this awesome interaction. I got to interview the chef owner and get a whole tour of the restaurant and all these it was amazing. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. But yeah, you never know what will be thrown at you, but the more you maintain your inner peace, the more you will attract that of what you prefer. Okay, so that was the message. That is all.